Welcome to the 1 year challenge. I'm trying to get every achievement I can in WoW in 1 year. Let's get into it. In the last video, we finally finished Pandaria. We don't ever have to go back there ever again. I guess I'm forever stuck in that expansion, but for now we move on. So if you missed it in the last video, we made a brand new character for the Legion expansion. She's getting the same exact treatment as Grab'em, going through the tutorial island, which I will do for every character going forward unless they start at level 10. Speaking of level 10, Blizzard has changed how mounts work. Now at level 10, you can use dynamic flight, so long as you have a character that's level 70 or higher. And since we have one of those, we can use it. And flying over to Chromie, we start the Legion expansion, which takes us out to the gates of Orgrimmar. It's here we prepare to fight the Burning Legion. A little bit of backstory. This will take us all the way back to the beginning of the universe. It's stated that before the universe began, there was nothing but an ocean of light. And as it expanded across existence, it would fade and dim, creating pockets of darkness, of void. And as the void grew, it fought against the light, eventually leading to a great catastrophic explosion, an explosion that formed the known universe. Now in this moment, a lot of things went into action, but we'll only be focusing on the Titans. So as the universe was being formed, all the planets, all the stars, all of that was being created. However, some of the planets were infused with the light, giving birth to what is known as a world soul, which is just a slumbering titan. And the first titan to ever awake was Aman'Thul, and upon waking up, he knew he had to find others like him. He eventually found 6 more titans and formed the Titan Pantheon. They went on to perform the ordering of the universe, heading planet to planet to find another world soul. And while they were busy doing that, the void was also active. Just as the light had created the Titans, the Void created the Void Lords. However, they had a problem. Void Lords cannot fully manifest into the physical universe. They are only able to influence already existing creatures. Their true goal was to corrupt a world soul, creating a dark titan in service of the Void. To do so, they corrupted living creatures and twisted them into what is known as an old god. These gods were flung into the far reaches of the universe in search of a world soul. And eventually, they found one. And after sinking their teeth into this world, they slowly began to corrupt the slumbering Titan. And it just so happens that the Titan Pantheon also decided to split up in search of more world souls. One Titan eventually finding this corrupted world, and upon witnessing this horror, he drew his blade and split the planet in half. He called an emergency meeting with the Pantheon to report what he had done. And after explaining what had happened, the Pantheon turned on him. They were mortified to hear that he took the life of a fellow Titan, and eventually exiled him from the Pantheon. After being excommunicated, he decided that this universe was flawed, and all life had to be extinguished. This Titan's name is Sargeras, and he went on to form the Burning Legion. And the Burning Legion has attempted to attack Azeroth many times over the years. And once again, they are back, launching an attack on the Broken Shores. But we are here to make sure they fail. And upon landing on the shore, we are met with an army of demons. There are all kinds of demons, and I'll get more into them when we tackle the Burning Crusade expansion. For now, we dismantle their structures and wipe them out. And heading up the rise, we find that this was no mere invasion force. They had brought the full brunt of the Burning Legion down upon us. Meeting up with the rest of the Horde leaders, we prepare to fight. And after a chat with Sylvanas, we find that most of the demons are pouring forth from the tomb of Sargeras. The new plan is to now raise this city of demons and make our way there. And after doing just that, we meet up with the Alliance and face off against Gul'dan. And this is where the writing gets a little messy for Legion, in my opinion. So in the true timeline of the challenge that I'm doing, we skipped over Draenor, going straight from Pandaria to here. But there's a very important story element that happens in Draenor that influences this expansion. And I'm not going to go super in-depth, I'll just give a TLDR. Garrosh escapes prison in Pandaria and kidnaps a member of the Bronze Dragonflight. He has the dragon open a portal back to his homeworld before the Legion invaded. In there, he changes the true timeline and just makes a really big mess. And the Gul'dan from that timeline escapes into the main one. The main timeline, Gul'dan has been dead for quite a while now, dying sometime during the Second War. At some point, the Gul'dan from the alternate timeline managed to contact the Legion from ours and that has resulted in this invasion. And now, here in the present, he's taken the paladin Tyrion Fordring hostage, and before we could act, he was blasted with fell magic and dropped into the pool below. Now with the light quite literally dying before us, Gul'dan sends his monster to buy him some time, and after driving him off, we split off from the Alliance and head up to the ridge. And it's from here that we make our final stand. And we were actually holding our own, until Vol'jin was stabbed. Again. At least the Alliance are doing fine. Man, it is just not our day. After being defeated, we head back to the capital and talk with the leaders of the Horde.
Windrunner, come forward.
War Chief.
The lower spirits say death will claim me soon.
In the end, death claims us all. But the Horde will live on.
I have never trusted you. Nor would I have ever imagined in our darkest time that you would be the one to save us. The spirits have granted me clarity, a vision. They whisper a name. Many will not understand, but you must step out of the shadows and lead. You must be War Chief.
Vol'jin is dead. Who among you will help me avenge him?
Fun fact, this cinematic is what won me over to the Horde side. That and the BFA cinematic. But with our new War Chief chosen, our new allies, the Demon Hunters, warn us of an incoming attack. It's also at this time that I'd like to apologize for the lack of gameplay footage. I just don't think it'd be very interesting to watch me cast Fireball over and over. But hey, maybe you do like that. You should totally let me know by going down and commenting it in the comment section. And while you're down there, you might as well like and subscribe. Anyways, after dealing with the demons, Khadgar summons us to the floating city of Dalaran. I'll get more into who Khadgar is and what role he plays in a future video. All we need to know right now is that he has taken over as the leader of the Kirin Tor. As for Jaina, she's, having problems. Back at Dalaran, Khadgar has the Council of Six move the entire city to the Broken Shores. It's from here that we can begin our plan to push back the Legion. And we start by working with the Council of Tirisfal. The Legion has discovered an artifact that they've hidden in the Violet Hold. It's known as the Forge of the Guardian. It's used to channel the magic from many mages into one, creating a Guardian. There have been a total of 5 Guardians throughout the entire Warcraft timeline. The first being Alodai, who along with Meryl Winterstorm created this artifact, and was one of the first people to ever banish a demon. The same demon who is trying to steal the Forge of the Guardian. Borrowing his power, we drive off the demon and take the Forge to the Hall of the Guardian. It's from here that we can start the next phase of defeating the Legion, which is to acquire a weapon of immeasurable power, or more commonly known as an artifact weapon. And since we rolled a Blood Elf, it only makes sense that we pick Fellow Malorn. It's a rune blade created by the Sunstrider dynasty, passed down through generations and eventually wielded by Kael'thas Sunstrider. He would use it to fight the Lich King, and eventually it was lost in Northrend. So what better place to look for it than the Ice-Crown Citadel? Heading inside, we meet up with the current Lich King, Bolvar Foredragon. He tells us that someone beat us to it, but after a quick conversation, she hands the blade over to us. I also failed to mention that Aethys was one of the people helping us. He had lost his position in Pandaria, and this was his way of retaking his spot. Now with him being accepted into Dalaran once again, we head to the Hall of the Guardian to plan our next move. Once inside, we are set on what is called the Class Hall Campaign. It's a very long questline that I will not be finishing in this episode, and in fact, I'll save it for its own episode later on. For now, we're gonna choose our strike point. It's a unique mechanic that they added in Legion that allowed you to start from any zone, and what better way to pick than with the wheel? With the forests of Al-Shara as our destination, we take a hippogriff and we head out. And I'm actually going to end this video here, mainly because I haven't uploaded in like a month. Between losing my voice for a week and having to work my butt off at my job, I just ended up losing track of time. But hopefully this will get the ball rolling and I can get the rest of Legion done within a reasonable amount of time. With that, thank you for watching.